What if Earth had rings like Saturn? Imagine a world where every morning, as the sun rises, the skies are not just a canvas of light, but filled with shimmering bands of rock and ice. But what if this spectacular beauty was hiding something far more dangerous than we ever anticipated? Something that could change everything we know about our planet's future. It's a simple idea, one often whispered in science fiction circles. But what if the Earth did indeed have rings? Not a distant possibility, but a reality. Scientists have long marveled at Saturn's magnificent rings. But the idea of Earth, our home, joining the ranks of these cosmic wonders, raises questions we haven't even begun to answer. Would our skies look like a living painting, ever changing with the seasons? Or could the presence of such beauty harbor unknown perils, affecting our daily lives in ways we can't yet imagine? In this documentary, we will take you through the unexpected twists and turns of this world-shifting possibility. Buckle up, because what starts as a question will soon lead us into a breathtaking, yet dangerous journey, where every answer opens the door to more mysteries. Let's begin with the first question. How would Earth's rings form? The idea itself seems impossible at first, an event so unlikely that it feels like the stuff of fantasy. But, in fact, the process of forming planetary rings is grounded in reality. We know from Saturn's rings that they were likely the result of a moon or comet being torn apart by gravitational forces. Earth, with its rich history of cosmic collisions and chaotic past, could also have faced such an event, one that left behind a stunning but dangerous legacy. Imagine a massive asteroid, larger than anything we've seen in recorded history, crashing into Earth, but not with the force to destroy it. Instead, this cosmic giant fractures into countless pieces, ice, rock, and dust, forming a new band of material around the planet. What would that look like? Scientists speculate that these rings could be composed of millions of icy fragments, some no bigger than pebbles, others as large as a house. And as the debris dances around Earth, it would be caught in the delicate balance between our gravity and the orbit of the planet itself. The result: a dazzling, a glittering halo that stretches for thousands of kilometers above our heads. But the beauty would not be without consequences. As spectacular as the rings would be, they would not come without their risks. For one, Earth's atmosphere would face new threats. These chunks of ice and rock, while mostly harmless from afar, could wreak havoc if they collide with satellites or spacecraft. With millions of objects racing through space, we would be forced to reconsider our ventures into the cosmos. The rings themselves could cause seismic effects as they interact with Earth's gravity. Imagine a situation where their influence over time begins to disrupt the tides. Already one of the planet's most powerful forces, the ocean could rise and fall unpredictably, affecting coastlines, marine life, and human settlements. Worse still, the sheer size of the ring system could cause shadows to fall on Earth, periods of darkness that would block the sun's rays for days, even weeks, at a time. These endless twilight periods could disrupt agriculture, ecosystems, and ultimately human civilization, sending us into a new kind of ice age. The fear of a world without sunlight is not a mere fantasy. It's a very real possibility in this scenario. With the rings came unexpected consequences. The tides of Earth, which we have long understood as a predictable force, could become erratic. We already know how the moon shapes our tides. Imagine what would happen if the rings, with their weight and density, began to add their own gravitational pull. What if these new tidal forces triggered massive earthquakes or volcanic eruptions? Entire coastal cities could find themselves underwater. Cities that once thrived would crumble under nature's sudden, violent hand. Could this affect the core of the planet itself? Some researchers hypothesize that the shift in tidal forces could gradually weaken the Earth's magnetic field, a shield we depend on to protect us from harmful solar radiation. If this were to happen, the very atmosphere we take for granted could begin to erode, slowly exposing us to the harsh realities of space. But the most intriguing question lies with the effect on us, the human inhabitants of this now ringed world. How would our lives change if we woke up each day with the skies not just blue, but streaked with shimmering arcs of cosmic wonder? What would we see in the night sky? How would we adapt? The global response would be immediate. Space agencies would have to scramble to understand the implications of living with a new celestial presence. We would see an explosion of technological advances focused on protecting us from the debrisings, new kinds of space debris shields, new navigation systems for satellites, and possibly even a race to build human settlements on the Moon or Mars, as Earth itself becomes too unpredictable. At the same time, society would undergo a radical shift. The rings, beautiful but unpredictable, would spark a new age of exploration and fear. Would humanity embrace the challenge of coexisting with these celestial marvels, or would we see a deep societal divide? Those who want to harness the rings for their resources versus those who fear their inevitable consequences. But just as the rings arrived, so too could they disappear. The gravitational forces, over time, would likely begin to pull the debris inward. Slowly but surely, Earth's rings would degrade, fall toward the planet, and potentially collide with the surface. In an unexpected twist, Earth's rings might not last for millions of years, as we once thought. Instead, their presence could be a fleeting chapter in our planet's long history. But here's the kicker: if the rings were to disappear, would the changes they wrought on Earth, both the beautiful and the catastrophic, be irreversible? Would we be able to adapt? Or would Earth's transformation be a permanent scar on our civilization? What started as a simple question has turned into a deep exploration of what it means to live on Earth. Would the presence of rings forever alter the course of human history? Would we emerge stronger, more resilient? Or would we find ourselves broken beneath the weight of this celestial beauty? One thing is certain: Earth with rings would be a world entirely different from the one we know today. And it might just be a world we cannot fully comprehend.